So resting back into the comfort of your space, senses opening wide to sounds, to touch, to space around you. Everything wide open. Notice how thoughts or feelings will begin to arise during the practice of iRest Yoga Nidra. So we welcome everything to be here, just as it is. So this meditation on self-compassion welcomes everything, denies nothing. Setting everything free to be here and knowing that sometimes these feelings or thoughts may actually have something special to share as messengers come from beyond to help us feel more whole, more complete, more our true self. So take a moment to inquire into what brings you here today. Is there something that wants to be heard or felt or inquired into that you might weave into your practice? So being open and curious as to what wants to be present with you now, and keep that sense of curiosity and wonder alive throughout the practice. Whenever the mind strays or feelings or thoughts arise. And then bring your attention down into the area of the heart, allowing the heart, the place of true love and compassion, to open up, to reveal what is most important in your life. A deep longing or desire for how you may live your life. It gives your sense of meaning or purpose to your life. So as words may arise around this, whatever they are, affirm them as true in this moment. You living as this during this practice and later into your day. Then settling back into your inner resource, feeling of being and well-being that you may identify with feelings of security, groundedness, ease, feeling of well-being. And the vaster awareness of your being. So feeling this now, and whatever imagery or memories evoke these feelings. Set those free and go into the feeling itself. Feeling of well-being, body and mind. And then settling back even further into your physicalness and welcoming with sweetness body and mind just as it is, and bring this sweetness, this honeyness to your feet. Feel sweetness vibrating throughout your feet and ankles. Feel this sweetness rising up, perhaps imagining this quality of honeyness or sweetness is like pouring into your body, perhaps being poured into like your body is a jug and the honey is poured into the crown of your head and starts to flow downwards and saturate into the lower legs and feet. How honey just moves all around onto surfaces and even sinks in to knees, thighs. Feel this saturation of honeyness and sweetness throughout legs and feet. Continue to feel this honey-like quality settling now into the hips and the pelvic bowl, saturating every fiber, even into the density of bone. Continue to feel this gentle, soothing, welcoming in this honeyness, sweetness into the whole abdominal region. Saturating this whole area with sweetness. And then feeling this honey sweetness saturating the lower back. So this whole lower part of the torso is filled with sweetness. And then feel that honey sweetness moving into the whole rib cage area, penetrating between ribs in the front, left side ribs, right side ribs, whole of the back ribs, and everything within, saturated with this honey sweetness. And then feel this rising up further into chest, lungs, sweetness in the heart, scapula in the back, and the whole interior as well. Continue to feel this sweetness saturating the shoulders, and begin to spill down and saturate the left arm, just as slow and sweet, flowing down throughout the left arm and saturating every crevice and even moving within. Feel the hand filled with sweetness. Fingers and thumb. The whole arm and hand. So sweet. And now, bring attention to the right arm. Feel this soothing sweetness flow down and saturate the entire right arm. And into the right hand, fingers, thumb. Both arms now, completely saturated with sweetness. And feel the sweetness caressing the back of the throat, soothing sweetness. And saturating the jaw, lips, tongue, sweetness everywhere, inside and outside, mouth. The ears, feel the sweetness flooding all the folds and valleys of the ears, and saturating the canals of the ears and eardrums. And the nose, whole structure of the nose, surface and within. And then feeling this sweetness all around the eyes. Back behind the eyes. Forehead, bringing sweetness into the forebrain, thinking brain, and further inside, sweetness saturating the emotional brain. and the whole of the head all at once. So feeling this honey sweetness throughout the body. Beyond the surface and out into the space around your body. Feel this sweetness expanding out into space, reaching everyone you know, everyone here, and everyone throughout the world. Sweetness everywhere. Sweetness within. Sweetness without. Feeling this everywhereness of honey sweetness. And also this feeling of well-being. Well-being everywhere. Not just for some, not just for this moment, but always. Ever present. Unlimited. Well-being. And then gathering your attention back into your physical body, feeling surface, space around you, and feeling aliveness. How does aliveness feel in your body now? Very subtle aliveness, pulsing, radiance, like energy coursing through the body. So feel this sweetness in the form of the breath. This very essence of breath that's a trusted friend, always ready to penetrate your nostrils, always giving to you. Can you receive and welcome this breath that is available to all, bar none? And you feel this sweetness of the breath continuing to bring in life, wholeness into the body. Feel that breath as it streams into body, brings in the sweetness of life and saturates everywhere. Breath, sweetness, and then stepping back from the breath, body breathing itself, feeling of sweetness coming into the body. And you feel that sweetness also going out. Sweetness in, sweetness out. And then observing all of this, body resting, perhaps feeling light and expansive and sweet. And also feeling and welcoming whatever else is here. The thoughts, feelings that come and go. And the awareness behind it all, that is your true sweet essence. That has no judgment, denies nothing, and may even call you honey. Honey, wake up to your true essence. And also, honey, be present for a moment and ask yourself, when does bitterness show up? How does bitterness show up in your body? Perhaps some holdings, contraction, achiness, circumstances outside arise and feelings and thoughts around bitterness or rejection or judgment. Perhaps for what's going on outside, but what about what's going on here? How the body reacts. How your body reacts. Can you bring this to the foreground, the feeling of it, and then let your whole being feel saturated once again with this sweetness. How that feels in the body, and then bitterness. Can you begin to slide back and forth between these two? Finally bringing the oppositions together, and then and hearing perhaps a small voice in the background saying, "Honey, just be." No fretting for this moment. Just be with everything as it is. Feeling a growing capacity for taking it all, welcoming it all, letting it all lighten you up. Allowing everything to be just as it is. Notice what arises. Perhaps a tinge of joy or lightness. Welcoming this too. How awareness denies nothing, welcomes everything as it is, never judges, is complete compassion, resting as this compassion. Compassionate nature of your being, well-being, awareness as compassion. Setting everything free to be here. And just watch and observe how the mind is constantly shifting, changing. But awareness is ever present and unchanging. Unshakable. Fully compassionate. Feel the full essence of your being now shining. Fully shining out. And then slowly begin to draw attention back into your physical body. Feeling the surface the body is resting upon, feeling your solidness, feeling aliveness, and feeling this essence of your being calling you, saying, "Honey, everything is just as it is." Feeling the whole of your being, befriending everything of your physicality, befriending all your thoughts and feelings, fully compassionate. And feeling this interaction between well-being and awareness and you, not separate. Feeling the sweetness of your being, as well as the sometimes bitterness that arises. Welcomed just as it is. So slowly now begin to make your journey back. Feeling the loving presence of awareness, kindness, an open-hearted presence. Beyond judgment, beyond everything, open-hearted presence, essential, spacious, timeless, unlimited. As you feel back into body, can you begin to feel and breathe sensations, slowly making your journey back. Feeling body, breath, even thoughts. And you once again feel back into your heart and open to its inner truth. Let it shine out in an affirmative words that may be your guide as you move back into the rest of your day and into your overall life itself. And keeping alive this sweetness of self-compassion, and perhaps even periodically placing your hand on your heart and saying, "Honey, I'm going to move through this. I have this great inner capacity to help meet every life experience with the most appropriate response." So taking time now to also welcome the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for everything, and gratitude for no reason whatsoever. Just feeling the fullness of gratitude. So thank you for taking this time for yourself. What you do for yourself, you do for others. What you do for others, you do for yourself. We are all interconnected.